come back to review all the things and back out in the garage today. Today I'm going to be doing the 25-hour oil change on my Polaris XP 1000. I've done a bunch of oil change videos, and this one will be pretty similar to the others, but be a little bit shorter. So what you're going to need to change the oil on the Polaris is you're going to need a 6mm Allen for the drain bolt for the oil, and I opted to get one of the Polaris oil change kits, which comes with the oil filter and the exact amount of oil, 2.5 quarts, that you'll need to complete the oil change. So we're going to slide under the Polaris, we'll get the oil drained, and then we'll take care of the filter. Alright, so we're under the Polaris, we got our drain pan ready. We're going to go ahead and drain the oil. You want to look for it's not exactly a triangle shaped hole, but almost looks like a triangle. That's where your oil drain plug is. A little further down there's an oval hole with another drain plug. That's going to be for your differential, so make sure you drain the right one. So you need your 6mm Allen. Doesn't take much. Now we ran the Polaris up to operating temperature, just like I do with anything that I change my oil on. So just be careful if you do the same and the oil is hot. I like to just slowly back the plug off until I feel it's disengaged, and then we'll get our hand out of the way. Some pretty clean looking oil, but Polaris does use break-in oil, so they want you to change it at 25 hours. There's also a mileage threshold, but I put more hours than miles, so that's why we're at our 25-hour oil. So while we wait for this to drain, we'll go up top and take a look at changing out the oil filter. So before we get started changing the oil filter, I'm going to take this clevis pin out of the lift strut for the rear gate. This way we can tip the rear gate back a little further and get a little more working room. Didn't give me as much room as I thought it would. Maybe an extra inch. So, when you first open up the bed, kind of wonder where the oil filter is. It's right down there. So, one thing you don't want to do is you really don't want to bend these heat shields when you're trying to get at the oil filter. So, if you have skinny arms, you can reach underneath. And it's hot right now, but you can get an oil filter wrench on there and easily get it off. Or you can pull the clutch duct out of the way. Totally up to you. So I'm going to see if I can get it off by hand, and if I can't, then I'll use an oil filter wrench. Now, there's not really a good way to prevent oil from dripping down on the motor just because of where it's positioned. You can't use the red cup trick, if you know what that is, putting a solo cup over it to kind of catch the oil. So some is definitely going to drain down, so I'm just going to put some rags underneath the oil filter housing, and hopefully I'll be able to catch most of the oil so I don't have to do so much cleanup. So this oil filter is not hand tight, well, not able to remove by hand. So I have one of these small expanding oil filter wrenches. I'm just going to reach in there, pop this on, and I'll take it off that way. Now we have our oil filter. We'll set this aside to drain. So, as with any other oil change, you want to take a look at your filter and make sure the seal is in good condition and seated properly and there's no cracks. And we're going to take a little bit of oil and we're going to lubricate this seal before we put it on the Polaris. You don't need a lot. Just dip their finger in the new oil. And now it's ready to go on. Just give the mating surface one more wipe. And same rule as any other oil filter for any other thing, any other vehicle you're changing the oil on. These need to be hand tight. So once it bottoms out, you're going to go another 3/4 of a turn and you're done. And that's it. So we're going to go underneath, we're going to put the drain plug back in, and we'll fill her up. Alright, so we're ready to put our drain plug back in. Oil's still dripping a little bit, but that's okay. Clean that off. Now there's a copper washer on here, so when I went in the oil pan, make sure you have that copper washer and it's still in good condition. I would hope with the price, or I would expect with the price of the oil change kit, they would send you a new copper washer, but they don't, so I'm going to grab a couple of these to keep just in case I ever have an issue, because you never want to be stuck without having a washer. Mine's in good shape, so I'm okay reusing it. And you want to run your oil plug down by hand. And then cinch it down. Again, it doesn't need to be super tight. Well, it needs to be tight, but you know, you don't have to He-Man that thing. And that's it. So we'll go up top and we're going to add our oil. Now, the nice thing about the Polaris kits, as I mentioned before, is they come with exactly the amount of oil you need, so you can just dump it right in. So it's going to take 2.5 quarts. Now they also sell an extreme use version of this kit, which I don't really fall into, but if you do, it tells you in your owner's manual how you qualify for that type of usage. You can also get one of those kits. I got this one on Amazon. It was $55. And I'm an idiot. I didn't look at my kit. It did come with another copper washer, so I'll keep that one since there wasn't anything wrong with mine. And I just filled it up. So, lesson, always unpack your kit first. Alright, so we're going to start it up, let the oil cycle, and then we'll check the oil level and wrap this one up. So your dipstick is right there next to the oil filter. You just pull that handle up to unlock it, and then you pull it right out. I'll show you how that works. And then it's unlocked, and you can take it out. And then relock it, just push it over. Our level is good. Now, it's a locking dipstick, so make sure when you put it back in, you don't forget to lock it. Alright everyone, so we're pretty much wrapped up. I did go ahead and torque the drain plug bolt to Polaris's spec of 12 foot-pounds, so we're all set there. And we've checked for leaks, and we've reset our maintenance reminder, so we're good to go until the next service. Appreciate everybody watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And remember, don't be afraid to work on your own stuff.